Good morning, everyone. It is officially Wednesday. We've made it halfway through the week, and it's raining. But that's okay, right? We need rain to make everything work. And one of our guests specifically was super excited that it started pouring down rain right before she came in this morning. It's always great when that happens, when we've done our hair for the first time in a long time and then it rains on us. But I'm excited to be here with you all. I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors of the show. Without them, like I say every day, it wouldn't be possible to tell you all of the great things that are happening here in Muscatine. So let's do a little quick shout out to them. Toyota, Muscatine, of course, Hy-Vee, CBI, Lutheran Living, our newest sponsor, Impact Athletic Performance, and R7, just right up the hill. So it's pretty cool to have all of these businesses on board, just really wanting to bring you all of the great things in Muscatine and just wanting to be a part of the community and a part of all of the great things here. So this morning we have a group of ladies here to talk about vaccinations. It's a hot topic, and they are here to bring you information on how to get vaccinations, who's getting vaccinated right now, if there's barriers, how we can kind of break through those barriers, and so we're going to chat a little bit about that. So first of all, I'll introduce these lovely ladies to you right now. First of all, right next to me, I have Megan Francis with me, and today, it's like, which hat is Megan wearing today? So she represents Vision 2020. But today we're kind of wearing maybe like the senior resources hat today. Yep. And then we have Christy Roby Williams from Public Health. And then we have my sister Dana LaRue from Non-Emergency Transport today on the show as well. Which, quick plug, if you're looking for a job right now, they're looking for drivers as well. So you can find out more information in Discover Muscatine about that as well. If you're looking for a job that happens to be a pretty cool job that you'll not only get paid for, but also kind of fill that heart up with some pretty cool stuff as well through the work that you do and providing the services to some individuals that kind of need that help and that access to transportation. So, but today we're here to talk about a little bit something different. So who wants to start?
I will start off for you.
Okay.
So vaccinations have actually opened up to everybody.
Yep.
So anybody is eligible for it. Our continued talks have really stayed on, are we really reaching those vulnerable populations?
Yep.
Where we started off on those seniors, the adults with disabilities, those who are having challenges still, through signing up online, through knowing where to go and where those resources are. And our largest challenge, that we're addressing right now and here for is those mobility challenges. Can I get to and from these clinics, our homebound individuals? So while things continue to move forward and open up those vaccinations and, really excited about that process, we're really still working on, is there anyone we're missing that still wants to and is still having a challenge, and getting that word out that we still care. We want to make sure that you're connected. We want to connect you with that. So that's where our focus has been and kind of what our message is on this one today. So
a lot of the vaccination clinics are really like online based. You sign up online, and that can be a real barrier for people. So what's the plan of attack to kind of help people with that if they just really don't have those computer skills, and maybe they don't have like a family member living with them or something that can really help them through that process? How do we reach those individuals and make sure that if they want to get the vaccination, that they're able to get that help that they need? What's the plan of attack for that?
So Senior Resources has been taking phone calls. We've also had a lot of people just walk in and they're like, I'm trying to get vaccination. I don't know how to do the computer part of it. I don't know who to contact. We've done the searches. We're connecting with the pharmacies. Sometimes it's a phone call. Do you have anything open today, this week? And just helping them bridge those gaps. Laura Vargas is our outreach coordinator, and she had a wonderful story. She told me one afternoon, couple came in, they said, we're trying to get vaccinated. We can't find an appointment. We can't get in. So she did her internet search like most of us go on and do. Are there appointments open? Couldn't find any. She did call Wester Drug and said, do you have anything open? They did have that afternoon. She programmed in their GPS to make sure that they got to the right place, to the clinic. They got there. So what's been really great about being in this process is whether we call Hy-Vee, whether we call Wester, whether we call public health, everybody's got the same mission, and we're really helping each other out. Hy-Vee pharmacist has called us a few times. Is there anyone you need to get in? Do you have anyone waiting? Public health has done the same when they have a clinic and a few things end up open on the end. Is there anyone we can call? Anyone we can get in? So we're doing kind of that physical searching, calling, connecting, and answering some of those questions too, that you just want to hear from someone that you know is sitting in your backyard, and you want to ask a few questions. So.
Yeah, for sure. So, okay, so you said vaccinations are open to anyone, but we're still really trying to hit that that population that's really the most vulnerable. So either immunocompromised or the older populations, things like that. So how are we really reaching those folks? Whether it be, I can only assume that a lot of those older populations have trouble with transportation. Maybe they don't drive anymore. Maybe they, have the mobility issues, things like that. How do we make sure that they can get to the clinics that they need to get to, and in a timely fashion, they make sure that they get to those appointments on time? What are we doing as a community to solve that problem?
So that's where non-emergency transport has stepped up. The services that they give are amazing for our community. Some people, we just can't drive, or maybe it's time to give up that license and still to be able to access things and appointments and have that independence is so huge. I actually I come from California, and as I came to this community, I'm like, it's amazing how you can still stay so active, whether or not you're driving in such a small, a relatively small community. You can still get to everything. So they are taking appointments and referrals through Senior Resources. If anybody has that major mobility challenge, family out of town is a big one. That caregiver's out of town, so the person's pretty much homebound. Call through us, and then we're going to schedule through non-emergency for that pickup, drop off. Make sure that you get that appointment in there. So
cool. So non-emergency transport, for people who don't know, tell us a little bit about non-emergency transport so that they're not freaked out, like what in the heck am I getting myself into? Because I don't think everybody knows about the service in town. So this is your opportunity to tell people what the heck is non-emergency transport, and how can they get your services when needed?
Well, we probably should have named it something different. We've found that out after 10 years because that name does kind of throw people. Mostly what we do, though, is take people to doctor's appointments, mental health appointments, dentist. We have a few that we do private things like grocery store, banking, power and water.
Sure.
A lot go to Walmart. But what we want to do with this is to get the homebound people there. And we just had our first meeting the other day. So once they're set up, I will receive the information from Laura, and I think we'll probably be calling them the day before to let them know we're going to arrive to transport them, and then wait for them and take them back home.
Awesome.
So that is really what we do all day long.
Yeah.
But
it's a pretty cool process. Like just the other day when I visited the office and kind of saw how it all works, and was listening to the calls come in, and you guys have the system down. You literally are providing rides, like multiple rides, just all day, every day, all over the place. to people, whether it's doctor's appointments to Iowa City or Davenport or here in town, and like you said, even groceries, things like that. When it's a barrier for them to get to the things that they need, you guys provide that service.
We have 16 vehicles. I can't even remember now. I think 10 of them actually are wheelchair vans, so we can accommodate the transporting of people with wheelchairs.
Yeah.
The others are just minivans. And you're correct, we service the Iowa City area, Quad City area. We go to Burlington.
Yeah.
Actually, now we've done a little Illinois, so we've gone over to Peoria,
Wow.
which is, I think, their hub hospital, like ours is the University of Iowa. So that's been a new trip that we've picked up.
Yeah.
And our drivers, a lot of them are retired, some aren't, but they always feel like they had a good day because they helped somebody, and
Yep.
you know, it's a feel-good job.
Yeah, it is a feel-good job, I'm sure. So you guys stepped up and said, we want to help out and provide rides so that people can get vaccinated when they want to. And so that process happens through Senior Resources. You give the referral that, you know, somebody signed up, and that goes then to non-emergency, and then you guys call the day before and say, hey, we're going to pick you up at 11 o'clock and take you to your appointment, and it's as easy as that.
That's correct.
That sounds pretty easy. We can do that, right?
Yeah. Muscatine County wide.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All of Muscatine County. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
And how much does this service cost?
This will be no charge as long as that referral does come through Senior Resources, so they get the information that way. Yep, we want to make sure that people can get that access to that vaccination.
Very cool. That is amazing. Holy cow. Okay, so it's even a free service. So we just really want to get people vaccinated who are choosing to do so. And that could happen either, the vaccinations could happen here at Hy-Vee, it could be Western Drug, it could be you're going down to Public Health, just depending on where Senior Resources is able to get you in.
Yes, yeah.
And there is a clinic coming up tomorrow and Friday.
Okay.
Online registration for it. It's on the Public Health Facebook and the Senior Resources Facebook. But if anybody needs help signing up for it, we can do that as well. And
Very cool.
yep, as many opportunities as we can. So
Yeah, so the easiest way for people, if they're signing up online for a vaccination or looking for a clinic, what is the easiest way for people to find a clinic that's available online if they're looking at home?
I can speak to that.
Okay.
Certainly, Senior Resources. So I just want to thank you for pointing out the access and where our priority is as a county.
Yeah.
And I might work in an organization where it's a public health department, but all these efforts are public health.
Yeah.
So it truly takes a village to stand all of this up, and we could not do it. And I keep saying that. We just could not do that without all of these partnerships.
Yeah.
We understand individuals right now who are able, they have access to a computer, they have access to internet, they know how to get on a computer and sign up with Hy-Vee and Wester, and now Walmart has vaccine, and we just learned Walgreens is going to get vaccine. So the vaccine it's prolific. It's coming to us in larger quantities, super exciting. But we know in the public health space and the human service delivery space, there is always going to be an access need.
Yep.
There are always going to be social determinants that create barriers for people to be able to get to the vaccine. So far, the people that have been accessing it are people who have the resources or have a close family friend connection that can get them there.
Yep.
So that's why this work is important. That's why this work is vital. It's for our seniors, specifically this partnership, seniors and persons with disabilities.
Yeah.
But we are also, as a public health department, continuing to look at health equity and create partnerships throughout the county where we can identify populations that maybe not be able to access it as easily.
Yep.
So the vaccine clinics, as you mentioned, public health is going out and vaccinating businesses. Right now, that's our primary focus. We are also giving some of our vaccine to all of our doctor's offices in the county, so Mercy, that sits in both West Liberty and Muscatine. University of Iowa Hospital and Clinics, and Unity Point Clinics. They're all getting vaccine to distribute from the Public Health Department.
Gotcha.
And then we're taking Johnson & Johnson out to businesses. As I mentioned, Walmart, and I think the pharmacies at this point, except for Hy-Vee now, is getting a pretty consistent pattern, a cadence of how many vaccines they're getting a week. But the new Walmart, Walgreens, that's new, and so they're not quite sure how many they're going to receive each week. But you do have to access that online, like Megan was saying. So you go to their website and you find pharmacy and you go through that portal. Again, if you're 60 or older, or you know somebody who's 60 and older who may not be able to access that, have them call Senior Resources. Because they can walk through it with them. It's an easy peasy, as you said, easy peasy phone call. And they're set up and ready to rock and roll.
Awesome. And they can set you up for the whole process. And even if, maybe your caregiver works during the day and just isn't able to get you to that appointment, whatever the barrier is, Senior Resources can kind of break through that for you and make sure that's not an issue, that you can get vaccinated if you would like to. So any other pieces that we need to share before we head off for the day? This is amazing. I love to see just how the community is coming together, how all of the pieces, how businesses like non-emergency transport and just are coming together to really make sure that this all works and that people are getting access to the things that they need. It's really cool. How the community is working together and making it all happen.
I would just like to highlight Dana. We had the opportunity to vaccinate Dana's team, and so we were able to meet all the drivers, and they're amazing. As you said, and Dana saying, like, this is a passion and purpose and career opportunity. And the individuals are. When we were at that point, Dana said, let us know how we can help, right? And they're very servant leaders. They're very community focused. And so in this process of Megan and I working together, I said, Dana told us. She can help with this. We can do this. And so it's really creating finding where each of our strengths are and pulling it together to serve the larger good. The other, as Megan pointed out, is identifying if you are homebound or you know somebody who is homebound. They have mobility barriers and challenges. Please call Senior Resources, because what we're doing is, they're able to share that list with us. And this just happened this week at the end of a Johnson & Johnson vaccine clinic for business. We had a couple doses. Our nurses went to the homes for those individuals and vaccinated them.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So that took away that access point for those individuals. It was easy peasy. They could get the vaccine directly to them. So
wow, very
just
cool.
a lot of strength in the partnerships.
And it, again, for people who are watching, even if you're not 60 and older, or even if you don't have a mobility issue yourself, or you can get to those clinics and you don't have a problem accessing internet or what have you, knowledge is power. I say that every day. So even if the issue isn't something that affects you directly, having the knowledge of all of these services that are being offered out in the community is so essential for all of us, because you may hear of someone who needs the service, and if you know about it and you're able to tell them about this service, that is just huge. So we appreciate you all listening and watching and sharing the information out in the community so that everyone can have access to the things that they need, and we can get everyone vaccinated that wants to and needs to, and this all works because everybody in the community is working together, for sure, including all of you who are watching. So very important stuff. Thank you for coming on and for doing all of the work. I know you guys are all working tirelessly to just make it all work and to make sure everybody stays safe. So we appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
So we're going to go to a quick commercial, and then it happens to be Wellness Wednesday. So Scott is here from Impact to talk a little bit about what Wellness Wednesdays are going to look like on the show from here on out. And we will be right back.
I mean, what's the perception?
I'm good. Yeah, I normally don't. Hello. So we are back, and I'm pretty excited. So I've been telling you guys a little bit about my journey, starting just this new lifestyle change that I've decided to make for myself now that my surgeries are over, and it's time for me to kind of take some of my health into my own hands. And as soon as I made that decision, I immediately thought of Scott and Autumn at Impact, and went and had a chat with them, and immediately felt like it was the right fit. And I think the reason that I felt that way is because just of the fact that I could get the nutrition side, I could get the help there, and I could get the help with the physical, really feeling like I was getting that support all around. And we talked a lot that day about how fitness and health and well-being isn't just what you eat and what you do with your body, but it's just your sleep patterns and
water intake.
Yeah, your water intake. That's one of my big goals. This is water inside here. Woohoo! But so we decided, cool way for us to partner is for me to share my experience from start to finish. There is no finish, right? When you make a lifestyle change, but from start, really square one, because I was telling these guys, I haven't really done much exercise at all, other than like family, like bike rides and stuff like that when I was able, done much exercise in like over 3 years. That's when my journey with, all of my health issues and surgeries and stuff started. And so really I'm starting from ground zero. And so what does that look like for someone? And so I wanted to share that journey with you because I think it helps people see other people start from ground zero and feel like, hey, if she can do that, then maybe I can do that. I haven't exercised in a long time, and I just felt like, I wouldn't be able to do it again. How can I possibly start again and start over? But so far, I've been through a week, and I've made changes that are good changes. And I made it through my first holiday. I was telling him yesterday, I made it through my first holiday and didn't totally sabotage myself.
Right.
But we are going to bring you Wellness Wednesdays on the show. And so that's going to, every other Wednesday, either Scott or Autumn will join us to kind of talk just about some kind of fitness or nutrition topic. And then I will invite other people from the community as well on Wednesdays to talk about some wellness kind of topic, just to kind of get us all on board and get us on the right track. I know a lot of people are thinking about wellness even more so since we're going into those summer months and we're thinking about like bringing out those tank tops and swimsuits and shorts and all of that stuff, but also because we all can do better. So I am excited for Wellness Wednesdays. It's actually been something that I've wanted to do on the show for a while. So I was excited that you guys were in on it and wanted to do it as well. So let's talk just a little bit about Impact.
Sure. And
tell people, for those people that don't know, what Impact's just all about, and give a little introduction to you guys.
And for those who don't know me, my name's Scott Schultz, owner of Impact Athletic Performance, along with my wife Autumn. First and foremost, we're really excited about this partnership. We feel we can. There's a definite outreach into the community, and this is a great forum to do that.
Yeah.
When you look at Impact, we started back in December 2018. And we managed our way through the shutdown from last week. Feels like last year, from mid-March through mid-May. We have amazing athletes that stuck with us during that time.
Yep.
When you look at our, our three-legged stool, if you will, we're about fitness and nutrition. I'm not going to steal Autumn's thunder about nutrition. but we can talk about that a little bit today. And then what's actually very passionate about for Autumn is our aerial classes, aerial yoga, and that's something that's not offered in around here. We're always looking for that unique excuse me, that unique fitness opportunity for people, and that's definitely one of them. You know, what Impact is about is that we live in a 3D world. And I'm not going to dive too deep in the names of the planes, but front to back, side to side, rotational. We do these on a daily basis. Think about when you're driving and maybe you have kids in the back. How are you rotating to be able to see the kids? Or even just looking over your right shoulder or left shoulder for oncoming traffic. Think about your daily office work. Think about here when you're at Hy-Vee, pushing a cart around and you're reaching and grabbing groceries, you're bending down. We live in this 3D world. Why not train in a 3D world? So we feel we bring a unique brand of fitness, and it has a lot to do with sandbag training. We use sandbags, we use kettlebells, body weight, really honing in on our skill development and you know, understanding how we can get the body to move better. If we lift a particular weight in a particular manner that's unsafe, we're going to know really quickly. So we're going to get out of those bad patterns, and that's really our goal. We believe in initiating and giving experience to the 7 primal movements of gait, lunge, squat, hinging, rotation, pushing and pulling, and how that can positively affect our daily life. And you found this out in the first week. When you're not necessarily moving in a particular way, you're going to know. But one of the great quotes that, you know, through one of my mentors is that our goal is to make the muscles sing, not scream. If you're making the muscles scream, I'll dare say you're doing it wrong.
My muscles were singing, for sure.
Singing a different song, but we're waking those up. Our bodies love to compensate if we have injuries. And we have athletes all across the board, from pins and rods in their feet, their ankles, up through their hips. So over time, our bodies will compensate. And so how can we start to get out of those compensations? Our ultimate goal is that we care zero, zip nada, in regards to how much somebody can deadlift, that we can go overhead, that we can bench press. That means nothing if you're not moving correctly. And you'll see gains from that, but we're not going to put you in a situation where you're going to be injured.
I know through my experience, I went to other gyms and just felt super insecure. Like you walk in and I just felt insecure immediately because I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't want to pick on anybody in particular. I just felt insecure. And the moment I walked in, I had people, you know, coming up to me that were, you know, at Impact saying welcome and, you know, like, here, grab this one. This looks like your size. And, you know, like, so it was really nice as someone brand new to feel that way at my first class. And so for people who haven't ever done it, it truly is for anyone and everyone. And I'm telling you, I started off with I'm at the smallest sandbag that there is. Like, but it's still it's a place to start. And I'm looking forward to just continuing to build. But
and that's what we're about. I mean, you know, we're in boutique fitness, if you will, and so we're a very small operation, but we partner with the products that we know are going to be beneficial to people, and your journey is like everyone else. I lose count of the number of people because I used to teach boot camp at the Y.
Yep.
And they know what that was like. This is totally different, and it's funny to hear people go, well, I need to get in shape before I do your workouts.
Yeah.
That's the biggest fallacy ever.
Right.
No, begin your journey now. Whether you're beginning, whether you're in the middle, whether you're looking for something new, there is challenges in our workouts that I think you would be surprised that you've never done before.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the workout that we did, I think it was, I don't know, maybe Thursday or something. I mean, I was doing 5 or 6 push-ups, and the person down the line was doing maybe 20 or 25, or I don't even know, in that small amount of time. But the workout was still there for me because I hadn't done it in a long time, so I was still sore the next day.
Exactly, and so yeah, your journey is different than someone else. Yep. I mean, someone who has spent a lifetime of working out and doing push-ups. Yeah, that person's gonna blaze through it, and we're still making sure those particular movement patterns are correct. Yep. But we can look at you and say, Ashley, okay, we'll put you through this movement pattern first, and then we can modify for your ability for success. And the push-up's a great example because that actually leads into April's challenge, which is push-ups. And we're just not doing push-ups for the sake of doing push-ups. We want to have everybody doing it correctly. That's obvious, but we're going to get people moving, whether it's a standard push-up, whether it's from the knees, whether it's Spider-Man push-ups, that's sort of the ultimate, or elevated. How are we getting you in the correct position? But April for us is about Mission 22, and it's very near and dear, especially to Autumn, but myself as well, who has family, friends that are veterans. This is a veteran-based organization, and the Mission 22 is that there's, on average, over 20 veterans a day that commit suicide. And so this is our way to be able to do something not only beneficial for our athletes and working with them on their technique and strength, but on the backside, being able to help an organization that helps veterans. Our goal through all of our athletes, we challenge them at a minimum 22 push-ups a day. Our stretch goal is 75. When we look at that and take into account the number of athletes that we have under the Impact umbrella, that can equate to almost 50,000 push-ups if we do this on a daily basis. And what we're going to do is that we're going to total up those push-ups at the end, and as Impact Athletic Performance, on behalf of Autumn and myself, we're donating 10% of those total push-ups to this organization. So that's awesome. It's very meaningful. We just don't want to do a challenge for the challenge sake. There's always some meaning behind it, and that's what we really enjoy.
I think it pushes the athletes too when they know that there's a purpose behind it too, to make sure that they're meeting that challenge and really.
We want to give as much as we're able to Mission 22. So we're having a lot of fun doing it, whether we're doing them in warm-ups, whether we're doing them through the workout, and the variety of push-ups that there are. Today's workout, when I see you at 4:30, we'll challenge you even more. Friday's workout will challenge you as well. So, we're adding a little spice to everything. So that's the fun part.
That's the fun part, he says.
Well, I'm not going to... There's a little phrase that we say within the walls of Impact about spelling out fun, but I'll just leave it right there.
That's all.
Everybody laughs when we say it.
So tell us a little bit about what Wellness Wednesdays are going to be on the show. We talked, we're going to do a little fitness. Sometimes we're going to actually show you. We're going to show you some things that you can do even inside the walls of your own house to make sure. Sometimes in the winter months, it might be how the heck do you shovel the right way so you're not hurting yourself.
Exactly.
Just simple things that we all have to do, but make sure that we're doing them right, the movements right, so that we're not injuring ourselves. If you are working at home, we all want you to come to Impact and hang out with us. But if you're not, we want you to make sure that you're being safe and doing things the right way. Autumn's going to come too sometimes and join us and talk a little bit as well.
And I don't want to say this is going to be all over the board. There's going to be some structure to it. So we may do some in-house videos that we'll be able to show here of particular movements. We're going to get you. I don't know if this is going to be today, but when we look at the 7 primal movements, from gait, meaning walking, and everything that I mentioned before, when I come back in 4 weeks, we're going to talk about the hinge. Why is the hinge important? And what we want to get people across is thinking that if I'm going to lift something, what do I need to do? Not just to lackadaisically pick it up and hurt yourself. So that's the last thing on our mind. Well, actually, it's the first thing. We don't want anybody injured. And I talked about, just going through high V. When we're pushing a cart, where's our shoulder positions? We love to live here. This is tension. So how do we set the shoulders appropriately, even just for pushing a cart, whether it's when you first get it from the cart barn over here, or when you've loaded it down with 20 pounds. Maybe you have a baby in the front. Obviously this is extra load, so how do we get you moving effectively? But I think when we come back in 4 weeks, we're going to go into the hinge, and as far as why we do sandbag training, you'll see all of the demonstrations with a sandbag. I said that's our jam. That's what we love to do. Why the sandbag? When you look at traditional barbells or dumbbells, you are incredibly stable in regards to the load. With a sandbag, and I'm going to grab this sandbag here. This is just our small ultimate sandbag. We can vary up any of our movements via a holding position. So we can grab the bag. We have our neutral grip handles. We have end handles. We can carry the bag at the bottom. We can squeeze it right here. And our suitcase handle. So one implement can have 7 different holding positions, each one challenging your stability. These sandbags, we've gone totally Midwest on this. These sandbags are not only full of cleaned and dried sand from the Mississippi, but also feed corn. And that's just a filler. I mean, you can hear it. And so these bags are alive. They're not static. And so every time you do a rep, the load will shift just enough that challenges your body. And so this bag's only 10 pounds. We go up 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, all the way up. I have a big burly bag that's 120 pounds. So not everybody visits those 120-pound bags. I visit it on occasion. But when you look at, say, a deadlift, and even deadlifting 60 pounds or 50 pounds, how steady that is. Now, equate that to the real world. What if you're picking up a child who's moving that's at 50 or 60 pounds? That's what the sandbag is. And so a barbell, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, even though we do use kettlebells, that's a predictable, stable implement. This one is not. And that's the beauty of these sandbags, that we can challenge you every single rep, not only in the workout, but in the rep.
Yeah. It's exciting. I am stoked to have Wellness Wednesdays. There is another thing that you guys are doing as Impact through the Alzheimer's. We were just talking actually yesterday on the show about the Alzheimer's Walk, and that they finally set a date, and it had to get pushed back. But actually, I think it's going to be great because it'll be a little bit cooler weather for the walk, and give people more time to get vaccinated, and I think the cooler weather might help some of the people be able to be out and actually get walking and stuff. So
exactly, yeah. And for those of you who didn't tune in yesterday, the new walk date was moved from August now to September 24th. That's a Friday evening. And Autumn's currently doing getting her bachelor's in graphic design. And now we are the ambassadors for Alzheimer's in regards to company engagement, and that's just local. So we're always looking for the small companies or the larger companies within the community to be able to help partner with us. And so it's really exciting that I think the sky's the limit in regards to what we can do on a Friday evening. I know it competes a little bit. There's an away football game. But whether it's even if your company doesn't do anything in regards to a corporate membership or a company membership, you can still get teams together, and that helps just as well as the partnerships with the company. So, like I said, it's one more layer to what we do with Impact. We have Mission 22. We have our the Alzheimer's Walk to End duties. So we and then having a nearly 9-month-old, our days are full.
Keeping busy down there. But it's exciting. We have a ton of topics to talk to you guys about every single Wednesday. And we're going to take you into the gym even at times and show you some really cool things so that you can see what it's like at Impact. You can come try a class, right?
First class is free, and we offer more than just our performance class. When coming out of the pandemic, as a small business, we had the word for probably 2020 and even 2021 is pivoting. We had to pivot appropriately. How can we effectively give great fitness? And we changed our philosophy a lot. And now train has derailed in regards to where I was going with this.
But we've got a lot of great topics for you.
And that's what it is. And so we're going to be talking about the hinge. We're going to be talking about squatting. We're going to talk about all of this. But come in and try a free class. We have the performance classes. We have stick mobility. Stick mobility, that was your very first class. And it is yoga with stability. And we also have our body flow class, which we're really excited about. You've never really worked out until you've done body flows. Oh my gosh, it's super fun. Not so much. A little bit different. And you asked about Les Mills. And so then we also have our recovery class on Saturday morning. Our athletes accuse us of working them out extremely hard on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then quote-unquote recovery on Saturday morning. But it is about unjunking from the weekend, not necessarily from workouts. But we're chair-borne rangers. We sit in chairs quite frequently, our office workers, or we're driving a lot. So it's just a way to come in and get moving, have some meditation, and then move on. And then with our aerial yoga class with Autumn, we've actually
I'm excited to try that sometime.
We have actually added 2 more silks, so we've expanded from 6 now to 8 to adding people in that Saturday class. We have another one that we're working on. We'll try to drop that mid-summer. That's going to be incredible as well. That will challenge everybody. So we're really excited. We talk to people weekly in regards to whether it's group training, personal training. And the way we do this, if somebody's interested, reach out. And what do you want to do? And as you did, as you had reached out to us, we do a movement assessment. I want to see how you move. That I know that if you have instability issues or you are great in your mobility, that can help me when I'm watching you regards to the movement. And then we talk nutrition as well. So an hour to hour 15 session, and hopefully that will, we fully expect to then be able to have you come underneath the Impact umbrella and start living, honestly, your best life.
I am excited to continue, and I'll continue to share both the successes and the takebacks.
Absolutely.
I mean, the times that because there's always going to be that where you fall off the wagon a little bit or something tough hit you, and just like any other journey that I go on, I'll share those with you as well, because that's real life, and that's what everybody needs to know about. But I'm excited for the partnership and to just be on the journey together and bring you Wellness Wednesdays, and just be well together and try new things. So I look forward to next Wellness Wednesday and bringing you just all the good news and the topics that are on the calendar. And Autumn will be coming in a couple weeks to talk about the nutrition side of Impact and how she can help you through that side of wellness and what that all means. So thank you for coming on. And next time we're going to I'll wear some clothes that I can do some of the movements with you guys and show you some of the, I'll be probably here in a few weeks, I'll probably be getting some muscle
sun's
definition.
Out and guns out.
Sun's out, guns out by then. But I'm so grateful for all of you for joining us, and thank you for coming on. I hope that you guys will all join us again tomorrow. But until then, remember that kindness is free, so spread that stuff wherever you go.
Hello, I'm Tennille with R7 Reclaimed, located in Grandview, Iowa. We mix old and new goods together so that you can find the story of your home. When you get here, you will find a mix of old and new goods that are put together so seamlessly you won't even be able to tell which is which. And not only that, it's going to speak to you and your home. We are worth the road trip. We call it the R7 road trip. So punch in 337 Cemetery Lane, Grandview, Iowa into that GPS and make the road trip.